You know, naturally ones are supposed to be less expected.
I totally rolled nat ones on purpose just so I could destroy
Yeah, so you can
everything
be
Maya knew
Bastion.
about the world.
Yeah,
Oh
so you could
man,
make me suffer emotional damage.
I believe that. If I haven't emotionally scarred you with dwarves by the end of these campaigns, I've not done my job
Dwarves and
effectively.
gnomes are the big two.
Hey, gnomes weren't my fault. Um, welcome everyone. Welcome to a little bit more of a hopefully a easier game session today. Mostly because the DM has a major migraine and has had one for now 9 hours. Or I woke up at 3, so yeah, a little over 11 or 13 hours now. That I've had a migraine. So we're gonna see how this goes today. Our main goal, the party has agreed, is to get Bastion 100 XP before the end of the night. That's all we need. That's all we're
Well,
aiming
I don't
for.
know if I agree.
Listen, alright, either you agree to play as a team or you die as an individual. That's your two choices. You know how
Yeah,
this works out.
I mean, I don't know
Friend,
about alone. There's two other of me, but yeah.
I don't know. Friend likes the situation of other people dying as individuals. This helps him.
God. Alright, and suddenly we're going back to the slime cave. Okay.
No.
Alright. So,
Come on,
yes.
friend, they're your people.
We are, so a quick, two quick announcements. Yes, we are back to a steadily game on Mondays. We're going to try and keep them going as long as possible. That is the goal, so we're going to keep these going. Second little update, well, 3 updates in total. This time I remember the third one. Second update, the end of Friday's campaign happens tomorrow. Let's hope the DM doesn't have a migraine tomorrow so he can actually do the end of the Ender's campaign. So that means from now on Fridays, I will be streaming something else until the Sunday and Monday campaigns catch up and finish out, and then we'll be jumping everyone back into the next portion of the timeline, which is generally the Age of Chaos era. We haven't decided. I haven't decided on a timeline, and I'll be kind of working with the players to figure out when we're gonna go and what we're gonna be doing. So, just as a heads up, that's the main announcement. Last announcement, which was technically the previous. Yes, the game Sunday and Monday games are going to continue for the time being. We're going to keep running them on these days, and hopefully we'll see them all, at least two of the campaign or these last two campaigns to level 20. Enders, for those who didn't know, ended because of the fact of scheduling conflicts. We couldn't work out at the time, so for now this will just have to be how it is. So those are the main announcements. Otherwise, welcome to the Monstrous Mondays, as this team has not actually come up with the name for themselves as of yet. Goblins shudders. Never forget the shit on a stick goblins. So yes, last time we left off was only a week ago this time. Uh, God damn it.
That can change.
I'm just gonna minimize the Discord while I talk because it's really distracting while people post gifs and shit. And no, this isn't a sports bra for those who are wondering. It is a full tank top. So yes, last time we left off, the party, having come together to actually get a good session or full session, managed to find themselves back in the dungeon, activating our very own MVP, least expected to survive, and most abandoned character, Bastion.
Woo!
The one character that two parties abandoned and ignored and gave up on caring about.
Hey, well, at least one of them TPK'd to get separated, okay?
Tikva did revive, never forget. But yes, so, last time, with that in mind, the party managed to revive Bastion, and having decided to go to the right hallway instead of going down the center, they found the hammer they were looking for. The Ashen Bastion, as it was, which I forgot to do the benefits for and give to Bastion. I just remembered that. God damn it. Oh well.
Ooh.
I guess we'll have to just cancel session for the day, guys. We'll do this again some other day.
Do it on the fly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Listen, I know it's been a long time since you've been part of the group, but I haven't done that since early game because people kept complaining that I was too mean to them with the encounters. So, apparently, they expected me to know how CRs work. God, it's just a thing that, why would you expect your dungeon master to know how challenge ratings work? But yes, so after finding the Ashen Bastion in one of the hallways and defeating a few more diseased orcs, the party barely making it out of that fight, with Three Maw having gone down and Salith almost falling as well, managed to activate the teleportation device in the center, sending them to the South Pole. Running into the city where, well, your favorite one-shot character so far, Lord Vakroka, his previous castle. Unfortunately, the party arrived too late to actually meet the man, and instead met his semi-attractive, semi-terrifying, full-on murder machine Frodogen, who had been serving him at the time before his untimely demise. Here they would learn the tale of what happened, with the Fellis, supposedly, who managed to defeat Lord Vakroka and basically cause another apocalypse by releasing Shagnarok. The party was informed and told to head back to the port city that they never gained the name of, in order to hunt down this said Fellis and eventually go and kill him. Unfortunately, though, the party, being a little distracted and a very powerful NPC rolling terribly, managed to get fully intimidated by the one and only Bastion, who just happens to look a lot like another Warforged who's level 20 and may or may not have beaten the living daylights out of a Great Worm recently. The party managed to convince him to give them a Zeppelin, basically, and allowed them to escape the area, right as he came to the realization as he saw Bastion's back and the markings on it. Escaping in the nick of time, if you can call it that, the party continued on their way to the Tiefling lands with plans to meet with the Silversong Empress and learn the truth of what happened. While one character may have a plan in mind, others have a different agenda. Let's find out what they're going to do today. As we come back, the day is just awakening. Okay, Robert, fuck off. Bastion, I will make you roll for being stoned. Don't you doubt me. So, as the day begins, the sun rising to the east. Wait. Fuck, I have it. The sun rising, I'm not going to go into details. I have it in my notes. Don't ask. The party continues heading north towards the port town, a little-known area that Bastion had heard about when spending time with Tikva during their adventures. A small town known as Shai. One of the major port cities in the south, ruled over lastly by Cyrus Galadron when he was awarded it by Tikva Silversong. However, unfortunately, the lands would just go on to kind of run themselves. The party would begin heading in that general direction to gain information and find out what was going on. Tieflings are food. We call that devil's food cake. Your puns are getting shittier, and that's saying something.
Well, I thought deviled eggs wasn't funny, because why would I call a tiefling an egg? So
you went with devil's food
babies.
cake.
Yeah, I did. You're welcome.
Y'all wonder why I'm running out of original content. Look what I have to deal with. Look at the talent that they give me. I'm scraping the barrel here. Thank you, Troy, for being the main uplifting character of the group. We appreciate your sacrifice for being here.
Wow.
Alright.
Woo!
So, yes, as we continue on, the party having brought their Zeppelin in, I do have a curiosity, because, Bastion, since you're the one driving the item, the Zeppelin itself, Are you planning to land in the middle of the town of Shy, or do you plan to head towards the ports and land in the water with the other ships, or do you want to land outside of the city in the fields?
I think outside the city of the fields.
Okay. So as you lot fly in early in the morning, as everyone's kind of waking up and getting themselves kind of adjusted for the day, you can see this giant, basically gray wall, about 4 or 5 stories tall, and you can hear the sounds of music and bustlingness coming from the city. Only about a 20-minute walk from where you've landed the ship. As you land down in the middle of this massive wheat field. A farmer and his cow kind of look on at you. The farmer looking more irritated than the cow does, as you kind of trample upon his crops, disembarking and deactivating the ship. The farmer kind of runs over, looking at you a lot, and goes, and as you meet this farmer, he's not a tiefling. It's a hill dwarf. He's kind of shorter, stubbier, very clean-cut face, very young looking. And as he kind of walks over in what is very simple leather clothing, carrying a pitchfork kind of in slightly aimed towards you lot and in front of him, he looks very nervous and he goes, in Dwarvish, do any of you speak?
I know someone here. Wait, don't tell me that our only person that spoke Dwarvish was Cook's character.
Rima does, but the head
Oh,
that does currently isn't in control, so I don't know how Royce wants to rule that.
I will
They
say
can
no.
still taunt, can they not?
Yep.
Yeah.
So unless another
Yes.
day has passed since the,
No,
with the
we
Nope.
rolled for
So,
it.
yeah,
Yeah,
no.
we rolled for that. Yep. And
the main
common.
head is stubbornly staying quiet after what happened. He's not happy, and he's offering no assistance.
okay. Go ahead, Salith.
I speak common. I'll say that.
Oh, the man looks at you and goes, "Oh, well, I was gonna say if it was either that or you spoke Infernal. Most of the locals here, well, before the invasion happened, did." As he speaks in common.
We speak Infernal.
One sec. Yeah. He goes, well, if you speak the common tongue, that works. He looks at you, each of you, and goes, very interesting group.
I'm still in cat form.
Yeah, but it's
Maybe this will help, and Salus shifts into a female tiefling.
He goes, that's fair. As he looks you up and down for a second, and he kind of points to the ring on his finger. He goes, unfortunately, doesn't help my situation. As he takes a minute to gather himself, and he kind of looks at you lot. And from his point of view, he sees these two tall figures. One being this three-headed gnoll, the other a cloaked figure, and then a cat. And he kind of looks at you and just like, well, if you're a lot are adventurers, which I really hope so, you'll probably want to go and reach out to the local guilds in the town. There's the Horrors Union, which recently converted into an adventuring guild here.
Might be worth a visit. Say, how far are we from the capital of this kingdom, actually?
He looks at you and goes, well, it's about, by foot, 4 or 5 days north. You'll be going all the way to the tip of the continent, or the island. That is where Silversong Manor resides currently.
Wonderful, wonderful. And she turns to Sayla. Seems we landed on the opposite end that we needed. Should be no issue, though, I assume.
Yeah, we can either walk or pop our ship back out.
I assume the ship if we're able to. I don't see a point in walking.
We should take our time, see what we can learn.
The farmer looks up at the cloaked figure that is Bastion and just kind of looks a little confused from his voice and goes, are you part of the CR security system?
No, just a part of the group.
He's a friend of ours that we picked up along the way.
Fair.
He's very well mannered, though. Rest assured.
Looks a lot like a man that came through these lands recently. His name was start with an R. I don't know, something Bautista.
Hearing. The place we just came from seemed to recognize him, but wasn't him. Must be as a look-alike model around here or something.
I don't know. They all look the same to me.
That's fair. I thought he was a golem when we first found him.
But he kind of looks at you and goes, "Huh, interesting. If you need anything, go check out the town. Otherwise, could you please get out of my fields? It would be much appreciated."
Right. To town.
He nods and starts heading back to his cow. As you see him kind of pull out a stool out of a little bag and set it down at his feet and kind of sits down and starts milking the cow into a bucket.
Would Threema be familiar with cows? Like, did they look like that?
Yes.
Okay. I wasn't sure if there was, new livestock he wasn't familiar with.
No, the domestication process hasn't really evolved much in the world overall. So.
Okay. Alright, yeah, so he recognizes it. Oh, yeah, then she's gonna turn to Saleth and be like, well, I suppose you should lead. You look like the people now.
Very well. Let's go.
Okay. So as you lot start heading over to the town, maker player, goddammit. And as you continue walking, you notice on the walls, the banners are of upside down crown with horns coming out of it, with a blue background. It pretty much hung all across the walls. And as you get closer, the guards are also shorter and stubbier looking folk, some sort of dwarf of some sort. And the guards themselves seem to be in simple plate, nothing fancy from what you lot can tell from the distance as you get closer and closer. Is there anything you'd like to do before entering the city or getting close enough for the guards to catch your attention?
Threema would speak to Saleth and kind of lean forward and be like, is it usual for different races to reside in kingdoms like this? They don't seem to be even part tiefling. Whatever those are, anyway.
Yeah, it's very common.
Huh.
People travel and migrate, and I've seen dwarves with elves and tieflings with dwarves or elves, or all combinations. Some even the more uncommon races. Occasionally you see out and about.
Huh. How odd. Must be, pride in one's race isn't as strong as it was back when I was, well, I guess I still am alive, but, back when I was unthawed, we'll say. Very well. Is there a customary greeting we should do to these guards, or, just walk in and look, friendly? And as the right head says that, the main head just, scoffs, and she kind of gives him a side eye. Friendly, she repeats.
Friendly usually works in most places.
They all look like food, he says in Abyssal, while still a cat.
Yeah. I hate to say it, but I think Saleth and Bastion are the two normal ones of the group. As you lot get closer, the dwarves kind of hail you over with their spears still standing straight up, shields at their arms, full plate, and only two of them, a little stubby, are wearing their plate, though, is decorated in blue coloring with the sigil on their shield. And one of them, speaking in Dwarvish, speaking in Infernal, goes, state your business.
Just coming
Passing
to town.
through.
Okay.
On the way to the new capital.
The man looks at Bastion, looks at Saleth, and goes, huh. And, business or pleasure?
Yes, Lila both.
Alright, well, I hate to say it, but tieflings are not permitted within the city currently. The rest of your friends are fine and welcomed, but the local lord isn't allowing tieflings due to the expectation of spies from the Empress herself during these times. So, we are at war, you know.
Oh, are you
Did not know
from
that.
a different kingdom then? Are you not under the Tiefling kingdom?
He kind of stands to attention and he goes, no, you must be from Dragon's Gate, I take it, where the rest of the Knoll settlements have begun to pop, or were popped up.
Yes, yes, recently, vitalized, we'll say.
He nods. And he goes, well, then you lot should know that the King Kurgan, Emperor Kurgan, has led the Zarius Empire to have conquered a few of the territories of the Silversong Empress's lands. Unfortunately, we are currently in a standstill. The war is farther up to the northern front. However, any day now, the news has said that we're expecting reinforcements, or so the rumors go. Now that Lord Toutler has been killed in combat, and his army captured.
Threema turns Sebastian, the redhead with a bit of a cocked eyebrow and a smirk on her face. Well, sounds like your friend's getting a little bit of karma. Didn't you want these people to suffer? Perhaps we should help them in their efforts?
It is an interesting thought.
Well, that's up to you. I have no allegiance to either side. It's your morals that are in this mess. And he waves a hand like dismissively, like just towards like the entirety of like the ground, the Tiefling Kingdom. Just like.
Mm-hmm.
But very well. So we should expect war as we travel up towards the capital.
The guard continuing
delay
to
us.
speak infernal. He goes, yeah, wars all around these lands. The Tabaxi front has been taken on. Their king has come back somehow. Seems he's very well known for doing so. So the front down there has reopened. Also, the queen, or the empress's two children have been holding the colonies quite well. Unfortunately, they have led quite a bit of resistance, or at least that's how the rumor mill is spreading.
Well, you know, things don't like to die usually, but if you guys have reinforcements on the way, unless these tieflings have some mysterious weapon or power that can save them, I have no doubt they won't hold up long. That's just how battle goes.
He nods and goes, and it helps that we've captured her cousin and have her locked up back in Dragon's Gate.
Her cousin, I'm not aware of royal titles of this age, but royalty being captured is a very good hostage to have held, so I wish you the best, I suppose. How's the trade here, since this is just a fort? Still good? Your shops are open, or should we just pass through?
He looks, he goes, mostly military goods. We are outside of the front, so there is still some trade, but a lot of the local admirals, or local fleet from the tieflings have put up a bit of a resistance in our chain of supplies, so whatever you buy, or whatever you're looking for may be in short demand.
Very well. She turns to the others. Your choice whether we keep heading or stay in. I really don't care either way.
Feel like we should keep moving.
Bailiff? Friend, she leans down, not that the cat understands.
Meow.
Meow.
Yes, I will. I will catch up, as apparently I cannot enter the city. And is there like a way to get out of sight of these guards that aren't too far away?
There's a forest about a half a mile back that you can see.
Well,
Otherwise,
hang on, I thought, Bastion, were you saying we should keep going north, like, or whatever, keep going, like, into the city, or, like, past the city, like, keep going to the capital?
Should head towards the capital.
Yeah, that's what I was
keep heading
saying,
towards
so...
capital.
I don't know if we have to enter the city, if you
Nope.
guys just want to skirt around it, and you don't
we
have to
can go around
transform
it.
again.
yeah,
Or get in the ship, whatever.
you can take the ship straight there, yeah.
Yeah, either
If
way.
it's going to be battle on the ground, might be best to. Because the ship will look tiefling-like, so they might let us in, but that does mean we might risk getting attacked by the dwarves if they see Gaul on the figurehead.
They didn't attack you when you landed here, so.
And
Look,
can we
last-
swing by
last
the
time-
shop real quick? Go into town and swing by the shop.
Okay.
I would like to do that.
All right. So
I
Bash.
will meet you at the. I will meet you later.
Okay.
And yeah, Salus is basically gonna go walking back the way they came.
Okay.
Shift into a female human version of herself without wings and without skin color,
Okay.
and then come walking back in basically.
Okay. I take it,
Yeah,
friend.
Dream will
And
go
Dream Yep.
Go with Bastion, yep.
Okay.
Just to see the sights.
So as you lot begin heading, and then friend, I assume to confirm you are going with Bastion and Threemo.
No, I'm gonna hide in the city, but near the gate, because in case anything happens to Salith, I want someone to be.
Okay. All right. So as you start to kind of hang out.
Yeah, that's a good point.
As you lot enter and Salith kind of walks off, heading on back down the road. The guards kind of watch you for a bit. Salith kind of eyeing you up to make sure you're not up to anything suspicious, but more it seems that they're staring at you out of boredom than anything else. You know, this doesn't seem very active in an area. As the rest of the party heads in, and friend steps off to the side for a moment to wait. Bastion and Threema, where are y'all heading?
To the shop area.
Okay. As you start heading further in, the smell of baked goods permeates the air, strong ale all throughout. People seem to be having a good time. You see soldiers in armor, people dancing and laughing. Music can be heard from all around. It's mostly dwarves. You see a few of the elven or high elves here and there. You also see a few snow elves here and there. And yeah, as you walk about, it's very lively. Eventually, you come to what is one of the city centers. As you see a few of the churches that kind of surround the market center place, but mostly just a few stalls here and there. Most of them selling generally or general goods, nothing very specific. But they offer it to help you each if you need, or you individually if you need to go find a specific shop of some sort. As most of the shopping places done here are networked together. So, my brain is working, I swear. So what are you looking for specifically, Bastion?
I'm looking for a disguise kit.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. As you kind
Paint
of
your metal.
as you walk in, yeah, there's a kind of one of the market stall owners kind of points you off towards the Adventurers Guild area. That where there's a couple of the guilds, the Burgundy Beards, the old Crimson Talon Guild, and as well as the Horse Union that just popped up recently as an adventuring guild.
PTSD. Crimson Talon.
Yep. As you start heading that way, you start to see more of the stalls set up for adventurers. You know, what you'd expect for an adventuring group to be wanting, like low-quality healing potions here and there, merchants with a lot more money available to buy magic items and sell simpler items. One of them eventually catches your eye is a older-looking dwarf that's, you know, full, completely bald, no beard on him, and has this massive, like brass cannon, like almost welded onto his arm, from what you can tell.
Oh god.
And he kind of looks over at you, Bastion, and goes, Warforge, come here.
Going to approach.
Okay. As you approach, give me a history check to see if you recognize this guy.
19.
Alright, I'm gonna message you something.
I know who that is. There's only one man that I can think.
He kind of looks at you and goes, "You look, fairly familiar. Have we met before?"
I think I know who this is too.
Not that I'm aware of.
You ever serve for the Crimson Talon?
No, I don't think I have.
Give me a deception check.
Yes. Let's see how you do, Bastion.
Let's see. How shitty. Oh, good. He's got. Yeah, he looks at you and goes, huh. Alright. Well, you look like the type who'd be looking for some equipment. What are you looking for, young man? Or Warforged?
I'm just looking for a good disguise kit.
I didn't understand that. You know, it's hard these days to walk around as a suit of armor. He looks at Threema and goes, I take it you're looking for one as well?
Well, I'm more than happy to browse. I'm not currently in pursuit of anything actively, but if you have something that catches my eye, I'm more than willing to trade goods and services. What not? Let's see. Currency here is the. She kind of turns to Bastion and shows the gold she has. This currency works here too, right?
Yeah, it's just gold
Yes.
coins. Yeah, gold, copper, and silver. And Greg looks over you and goes, yeah, no, I'll take any metal. Don't worry.
Good. Wonderful.
Been a long time since I've had to fight a null, especially one of you rare three-headed types.
You've
For my younger
met others
days.
before.
He starts pilfering through his stuff. He kind of sets down a disguise kit and says, 25 gold pieces, Warforge.
Alright, I can do that.
He nods and goes, enjoy. Yes, in my younger days, when I was part of an adventuring guild myself, I had fought a few gnolls, fought beside a few as well. Not many of y'all have 3 heads or have the infernal look to you. But, you know, at this point, Saleth starts venturing up, coming up down the street as you catch their eye, or catch where they're at, Saleth. Guard's not really hassling you much, and I assume friend following behind.
The cat is now a dog.
Okay.
You must be pretty well aged then to have seen us gnolls before we were frozen. I know it's been a while.
Not before you're
Recently
frozen.
thawed.
No.
Not before.
No. And looks at you and goes, young person.
Grandma.
He takes a 3 ma. I don't know. He looks at you for a second and goes, in my younger days, I was more suited for combat and such, but these days, no, I'm not that old. You know, I'm only around 500 years old. Not many, from what I understand, the Null Kingdom was frozen over long beforehand.
Yes, much longer. I don't even recognize these lands anymore.
He continues to kind of eye up Bastion and goes, yeah, it's amazing the things you'll run into that remind you of certain things. He looks at Bastion and goes, are you sure we've never met? I'm pretty...
I found him up near the, what was the place we found you at? The dungeon with the orcs. Have you been up near those orcs snowy place, I think? He has the axe in his back. Show him the axe. She's like, gestures for Bastion to turn
hammer.
around. I thought he was a golem. People tell me Warforged are a species. You know, back when I was alive, everything alive was, well, made of flesh. You know, that wasn't a servant to something or another, but I guess he's his own thing.
Man nods
Were
and
no
goes,
sentient slimes around back then?
nope.
Nope.
You are the first of your species currently.
No, non-sentient, just slimes in general.
No, they were not. There is an origin
think
story for the species actually in my world. The man just kind of keeps eyeing you up, Bastion. Do you turn around when 3 tells you to?
I do not.
Okay. He just kind of looks you up and down and goes, you know, I don't remember... The Warforged I knew didn't have markings on his body, so yeah, you're probably not the same. You know, no offense, it's just y'all look... a few of y'all look very similar, except for the face chisel marks.
Apparently there's a very similar, perhaps even duplicate model that's been wandering around doing very cool things. Got us a free ship, because they mistook him for that guy.
Must be
Don't know if
talking
he
about
came through
Robot.
here.
Yeah,
Is
robot.
that the guy?
He's a famous knight that serves under Emperor Kurgan of Clan Zarius. Uh, yeah,
Uh, is he coming here to help with the war efforts, or is he just
the knight.
doing whatever?
Last I heard,
Yeah.
he's going to kill a demon or a devil or something else.
He
I
is
don't know. Y'all young kids these days always trying to go off killing some new god or ungod. I don't know. And back in
Well,
my
we
day,
ran.
we ran it simple. You ran around fighting giant armored acid bleeding creatures, and then you blew up entire cities. Much easier.
Oh yes, the good old days. You know, I never got to have a battle like that, but I remember hearing tales of them, of course.
My advice:
Uh,
don't poison people. He looks at kind of like with a very dark stare suddenly.
I'm not one for poisons. I don't think most gnolls tend to be. We're usually very upfront as a people. But yes. Anyway, small talk. Let's look at your wares. What does he have on the table, DM, like for armor and weapons?
He doesn't have any armor or weapons. He has a climber's
Oh.
kit, disguise kit, forgery kits, healer kits, herbalism kits, mess kits, and poisoner kits.
He's selling poisoners kits out. It'd be
Mhm.
awkward if I bought it after he said, "Don't poison people." Oh yeah, I'm not into poison. Anyway, about the poisoners kit.
Yep.
No, you read those kits off again. Mess kit, healer's kit, forgery kit, disguise kit.
I got
Climber
you.
kit.
One sec.
Climb.
I
What's
got
a
you.
climb kit?
It's
It's literally-
filled with stuff to climb with.
Titans rope.
Okay.
Here, one sec. To make this real easy for you, because
Probably not to support the weight of a giant knoll, though.
No, not normally. There you go.
Okay. Mess kit's cooking. Healer's kit is how's it different from an herbalism kit? Out of
It literally
curiosity.
stabilizes people instantly.
Yep.
Oh, yeah,
free-
I think. You know, I recently had a very bad encounter in combat. How much for that healer's kit there?
5 gold pieces here.
I just
can
look at
I-
him with a, like, as smirky as I can get, and I'm like, dogs all bark and no bite.
Friend bark.
You see all three heads kind of eye you with an intense stare. Ha ha! I didn't realize they programmed you to be funny. Anyway.
Greg kind of looks at you and goes, "You know, he's not like a machine. I know, like,
Machine?
yes, he's not. He's sentient. He is a soul in, like, he can feel pain."
Oh, he's a soul. Are you, Bastion? Just out of curiosity, are you perchance affected by soul stones, or is it like something like
Oh
what would the soul
Lord!
stone
Greg
do
just
to you,
sighs and looks at
theoretically?
Greg and just, I apologize for that.
Can I make it to where it looks like on my fur it's shaved with one maw?
It's
Yeah,
what?
yeah. Theoretically, yes, you can.
They call
It's-
me I am the dog one maw.
Anyway, can I was gonna ask first before that. Am I able to, like, insight this guy to see if he's like these are like good prices, or can I tell
Sure.
if he's hijacking me? I don't know the economy well.
Yeah, give
but-
me an insight check. Go ahead.
All right, I'm a rolling physically.
Luckily, you don't have the art of the deal on you.
16 plus 2, 18.
Yeah, these are what our standard adventuring prices. I mean, they're knocked up because you're around adventuring guilds by a gold or two, but this is pretty typical for what you'd expect in when you're going to an adventurer's guild to buy equipment.
Okay, yeah, nothing to fuss over. I'll 3 more hands over the 5 gold, but seems to look expectantly for an answer about the soul stones from Bastion.
The
Would I
man,
know how that works?
no.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
If I remember in your backstory, you didn't have a remembrance on how you were created originally, or how you came to being. I think that was the general joke. That was the
We
whole
could
thing.
definitely find out if you want.
No, that is okay.
He doesn't want to listen to me monologue something for him.
I can monologue the book. Hold on.
Oh,
good.
my migraine is coming back. The man kind of looks at Salith for a minute, sees that, well, she's human, and goes, human? And in Tiefling Lands, interesting decision. Not many y'all coming up this far, or this far west or east, depending on.
Just out adventuring with
Really,
this group.
wouldn't have caught that based on Wardforge, a three-headed gnoll and a dog. That's definitely
yeah.
not a dog.
The dog meows.
He looks down and says, "You're filled with acid, aren't you, little boy?"
He doesn't know what he's saying.
Yeah, the man
Because
speaking in common.
died. And he says in Abyssal, what?
And he starts speaking in Abyssal and goes, "Ah, sentient slime, I see." And he kind of stands back up. Y'all are, as he speaks back in common again, y'all are a very interesting adventuring group. Who are you with?
Who are we with? She kind of looks to Bastion and Saleth. Self-employed? Is that what we're going with?
Yeah, just ourselves.
Yes, we're all kind of just running errands with each other
Huh,
for the time being.
interesting times to do that. Well, y'all don't look any more weird than the groups I met when I was running my guild, so... piece of advice while you're here, watch out for the Tiefling Assassination Organization that's set up here. Besides that, y'all should be fine. And he looks, you look built enough for adventuring, much better than the last party I dealt with. I had a goblin that tried to poison my drink, damn little thing. Now it's a paladin of a holy order, and I have to give it respect. Ugh. God. As he goes, if y'all need anything, feel free to come back anytime.
I'll keep that in mind.
Of course.
And he goes, and you, what was your name as he looks at Bastion? Good name, mate. Pretty simple for a Warforged, but I wouldn't be surprised
Yeah.
based on your master.
Yeah. He's we found him in a cave, so hell if I know anything about him.
The Cave Warforged, and he holds out a hand to Bastion and goes, nice to meet you.
I'm just gonna start to leave.
I guess I like him already. Alright, everyone, as he goes back to sitting in his chair, and you see him pull open a book and put it on his face as he starts to slowly snore.
As friend asks Saleth, what's a name?
Oh, yeah, I don't speak Abyssal. Fuck.
The only one that speaks any of my languages is Saleth.
It is what you're called, as far as I know. You are a friend.
Oh. Thought that was a title, but okay.
Unless you have a different name.
No.
Okay. So as you lot begin walking throughout the city, you heading anywhere else specific at this point?
No, Fremont's just following Bastion, Saleth, seeing what they're doing.
Okay.
Kind of just sightseeing. So if there's any interesting things, like maybe a restaurant or food stand, or something that seems informational / with the culture, which isn't going to be Tiefling culture, it'll be probably Dwarvish.
There's a lot of tavern houses that have been shoddily put together where you do see an entire battalions of dwarves just sitting and drinking.
Yeah, so maybe something, but considering, we were just out of Dragon's Gate, and they were kind of looking forward to Tiefling culture, because, not a big dwarf person, even if these aren't snow dwarves.
Yeah,
these ones probably not gonna be interested.
As you notice, I will say this, Threemaw, these ones are much fatter than the dwarves you're accustomed to. They're also shorter, typically.
Shorter, fatter.
And most of them have dark skin, because they are either tanner or almost black outright in skin tone, as well as most of their hair colors are in the darker shades, so...
Yeah, except for that Greg guy, he's got the red...
Greg has no hair.
No. Oh, he doesn't.
Nope.
Oh.
So,
Is that a
a
different
little known
one?
fact about D&D history, in the Alethian, which is what Greg is based off of initially, they do not actually get hair. Lethians
He's
are rarely
naked.
spotted, yeah, without hair. So, but yeah. I will mention, as you lot are walking through the city, you do see tieflings fully chained and walking around with markings across their faces, as some are tattooed with like the mark of traitor written on them in Dwarvish. Others just with like simple designs that seem to represent something or other. But besides that, yeah. Please no slave rebellions again. We do not need another Rand's situation.
What if we want to genuinely purchase a slave? Then what?
It
huh?
is
I
a
don't have
possibility.
the money, first of all. But yeah, I want to make sure, no, this dog looks weird because he's carrying a bucket in his mouth with a drum in it.
You know, I caught that. Don't worry. That's why Greg noticed you so quickly. You're unique. But yeah, so as you lot are walking about,
Probably reminded him of a certain changeling.
yeah, actually, no, you're not wrong on that. Salith and Bastion, since you two seem to be the ones kind of leading here, is there anywhere specific you two wanted to go in the city, or?
I'd like to go somewhere where there might be like more about the history of the kingdom.
Okay. So, library or something? Okay.
Yeah.
And Salith?
Yeah, I have nothing.
Okay. Alright, so as Bastion kind of takes charge and just kind of starts marching off towards one of the local, or towards the local lord's castle where the major library is set up for the southern portion of the island. You guys heading off in that direction, you come across a small library. It's well decorated, very clean looking, only one flight of stairs, which is quite nice, as the joke goes for yesterday's session. And much of it looks to be similar to the Grand Library that you would that was in Dragon's Gate, of just like simple marble pillars, a ceiling with slated rock to kind of keep the sun coming in to warm the inside of the building, and large windows everywhere, and you can see within but huge shelves of books with dwarfs like sitting in there reading, talking, and many of them joking as well as drinking. So as you enter, a tiefling older woman is sitting there at the library clerk desk, and kind of looks up at you. She looks to be probably in her closer to the ends of her life, with her snow white hair, wrinkled face. Her horns look to have kind of started to wrinkle themselves as well. Very bright reddish skin though, and her tail you can't really see as she's sitting down behind this desk with a few books on it scattered about. She's writing some documents down, and she kind of looks up and starts speaking in Dwarvish at first. Assuming any of you speak Dwarvish. I'm gonna take that as a no. So she's gonna kind of stop for a second, kind of noticing none of you are responding, and switch over to Common for a moment, and say, "May I help your group? I assume you're not part of the local militia." And she kind of looks about. So may I help you in some way?
Just passing through. I was looking to learn a little bit more about the history around here.
Well, I know quite a bit of the history, as you can probably gander. Is there something specific I can help you with?
No, just the last few years, you know, the rise of the new kingdom and things like that.
Oh, well, the general gist of it, I imagine you look like an adventurer, so I'm guessing this is for a quest of some sort, so I'll keep it short and give you kind of the notes. She kind of cracks open this green book that reads the history of the Silversong Empire. It's a very thin book. She kind of starts flipping the... Well, we had a woman named Zaya, who had of the House of Ravensong, who had initially founded the empire after the previous had been destroyed by an invasion of undead and Rakshasa. She flips a page. That woman disappeared or died or something. According to the history, we actually don't know what happened to her. She died alongside her elite guard, some naval man by the name of Captain Ricard, who unfortunately was also killed in the same incident. Something about a beholder, but there was never confirmed without a body. There's also a note in here that says something about Dibus Senior, previous king of the Tabaxi lands, having been maybe the cause of the situation. We have not confirmed or denied. She flips a page. Tikva Silversong was brought back at some point. It doesn't say how. She just showed up one day and reclaimed the throne, I guess. She married the bastard of the previous emperor named Gaul, and they have a child named Zaya, known as Zaya Jr., named after her Tikva's dead cousin, the previous Zaya I mentioned. She flips another page and goes, big war. They fought against the High King. The old High King defeated him. Cyrus Galadron rose to power, took the crown of the High King, made Zaya his wife and High Queen. Flips another page. Recently, apparently the gods had descended and Zaya got captured almost day of because her and Cyrus descended into Dragon's Gate where they had ascended. Cyrus got out, but did not notice about Zaya getting captured, I guess. I'm assuming they weren't next to each other. Flips another page. And there's now an adventuring group apparently going to kill the old High King. And she sets the book down. Anything else you'd like to know?
No, I think that about sums it up.
She nods and goes, I mean, I can go in more detail if you end up more interested. If you'd like, I have a spare copy of this book that I'm willing to part with for a couple copper pieces.
Sure, I'll do that.
She looks at you as all right, I'll take 3, and she kind of pulls out a book from her from underneath her desk, and it's a little more worn. The green has definitely faded away, and you can definitely see someone has turned and has a bunch of markings in it with little notes in Infernal. And she goes, all right, enjoy, and feel free if you ever have questions while you're in town to come reach out to me.
Keep that in mind. She
nods and says, "Oh, and also, if you happen to see my my husband, he was last seen, I guess from what I was told in the Tiefling lands, his name was Venzorwin. If you happen to see him at some point on your travels, please let him know that he still owes me child support for the last 30 years."
Would I recognize the name?
Oh yeah, you know exactly who Venzorwin is. You did eat him once.
Would I also recognize that name?
No, you would not. Actually, yes, you would. In your time, Three Ma, he was a hero and a very well-respected warrior.
Huh. Oh, you mean the Venzor? He owes. Well, from what I've heard of the man, that's not very surprising. I guess if we happen upon him, we can inform him.
Mm-hmm. She smiles.
I don't think we'll be seeing him anytime soon.
Why do you say it like that?
Just a hunch.
She looks at you and goes, well, he is immortal. He has managed to apparently steal fruit from the immortal tree and survived it, supposedly. But she kind of looks at you a lot and waits to see if you have any other questions.
No.
No?
Guess not.
Alright. Where are you lot heading next as far as it goes? What's the plan?
I think back to the ship.
Okay.
Sounds like it.
Alright, as you lot start walking through the city, everyone give me a perception check, please.
Alright.
14.
Does this have to do with Fey Fiends or undead?
Yes.
Fuck.
Do I get advantage then?
Yes.
It hit 20
Alright.
and it went one more over and I got a 2. So,
Ouch. Wow, Saleth, really perceptive today.
Yep.
6 with advantage.
Sebastian, this
The
new
person
party.
carrying this team.
This new party's real blind. You've kind of noticed. You actually, it'd be quicker if I just message you. Oh god, this will be a good laugh.
Oh. I don't like that.
I'm gonna stop everybody.
Okay. As
Hmm?
Bastion just kind of
What's
comes
up?
to a stop.
And
What is it?
then an infernal. I'm gonna be like, there's something following.
Following us.
Friend keeps walking, having no idea what was just said.
Can you tell what it
Oops.
is?
It. I think it's. Do I know what it is? I guess I should ask first.
You did, yes. Oh, sorry,
Okay.
I forgot. You don't know what that is specifically. I forgot. There you go, buddy. I forgot you've been away.
It looks like a small tabaxi.
Small tabaxi.
You notice, Sebastian, it stopped as soon as you did, and so it continues to watch you from the rooftops.
I'm going to turn to Salith. Can you ask the slime if it can sneak up on those shadows? And, like, not point, but kind of motion in the direction that I see it?
Yeah, you see as he kind of tilts his head towards one of the very colorful roofs, and you don't see anything really, Salith, but yeah.
Enough.
Friend, there is a cat type person in the shadows over there. Can you find them?
Friend will wander off to find a way up the roof, I guess.
Okay.
As this little dog walking around.
Carrying a
He
bucket of drum.
He leaves the bucket with Salith.
Okay.
If not, would I be able to reroll a perception check or make a new one if I use my smell instead of my hearing and sight? See if I can smell anything?
Sure.
Or no.
I'll let you.
Okay. Alright. Will my null thing apply to this? 'Cause
Yes.
it's smell?
Mhm.
Okay. Trying to see, like, you mentioned tabaxi, so I'm like, okay, do I smell? Like, I was just. Well, actually, I don't know if. What do you want to know what tabaxi smell like? Surely, we've ran into one, right?
You have not.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm gonna try to identify what tabaxi smells like then.
Smell for the cat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm smelling for cat. That's a 17.
So 3 Maw is probably smelling for Friend right now.
Yeah, I was gonna
The
say.
only cat it's seen.
No, Friend's
Yeah.
a dog.
Well, yeah, but when Friend was a cat, that's the only cat that Thermal has seen.
You're smelling for a slime.
Yeah, as you don't smell slime, you do smell what smells like rotting, similar to a rotting corpse.
Dead food.
Dreamaw's gonna look to Bastion, Salith, and then Inferno still speaking. I detect the smell of undeath. Smell of rotten. Like that of a corpse. I am natural with my position. I'm a bit better equipped with identifying undead, but I can't say I've had much experience outside of that cave fighting it. Is the Tiefling Land's known for infections such as this?
Not recently. There was some undead a few years ago that went through, but when Cyrus started there.
Well, the real
Yeah.
simple 212.
Yeah, I saw that. Okay. As you lot kind of begin to kind of contemplate the situation, Friend, you find yourself kind of wandering through the back alleys. A few dogs seem to see you for a moment and then yip away as soon as they get close enough to you to smell you. As you continue to kind of investigate, you find a little iron staircase, like a fire ladder of sorts, that is set up. And as you kind of climb onto it, as this isn't one that just drops, it's always preset. And start to slowly climb up. Give me a stealth check.
If I get a bad roll, it's sad, 'cause I'm actually good at these.
Do you have a plus 5?
24.
Okay, good to hear.
Nice.
Let me see.
Really stealthy dog.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. So yes, as you start heading up, you've come, or as you climb all the way up the rusted stairs, they kind of slightly creak as you go up, but no one seems to notice as you manage to get around the area. Climb climbing all the way to the top, you see full on, standing behind a chimney, a shorter looking cat humanoid. You're not really sure what this thing is, but it is wearing armor and has a shield as well as an axe on it, and looks pretty dangerous. Your internal sensor of this could kill me is going off pretty quickly.
Dangerous cat person. He's not looking towards me, right?
No.
Is there a spot where I can get the rest of the party to notice that I'm up here and it doesn't see me?
Not really. It's once you get up on the roof, it's pretty much clear wherever you are. You're kind of still hidden on the stairway a little bit.
I don't know what y'all want me to do here, because if it kills me, I'm on my own. You know what? Friend's gonna be himself. Friend's
You're
gonna walk.
resistant to like all physical damage, if not immune.
But when my senses say it's gonna kill me, it probably has a way to kill me. Friend's just gonna walk up there. Yeah.
Okay. So as you kind of walk, immediately the shorter tabaxi, the Fellas, seeing you, kind of jumps for a second up, not expecting you, and
Friend just sits and kind of stares. Little dog sit.
For the rest of the party, why don't you give me perception checks to see if you can spot Friend just sitting there.
Is this hearing based or visual based?
Visual based.
I ain't making any sound. I'm just sitting here.
19.
Well, yeah, no, Friend kind of sticks out like a sore thumb on the flat roof, and you all can see him just sitting there, staring at something.
Should we go see what he's looking at, or do we want to keep walking and see if it continues to follow us?
We can go see.
Friend is gonna speak in Abyssal, so you're the one watching me. Hello.
The Fellas looks very creeped out by the dog speaking in this hushed whisper.
Friend will slowly grow into a.
So is it looking away from us now?
He is. Yeah, he's staring at the dog at this point.
It's looking at me. I'm terrifying the thing. Yeah, exactly. But a pug. Imagine a pug.
Oh god, the most terrifying of dogs, a pug. Alright.
Look, when the pug starts speaking demon, that's...
So, Bastion, 3 and Salith, what's, you heading up towards the, roof, or are you gonna... As they both mute.
I think...
Is the cat, like, on one side of the roof, or is it near, like...
Yeah, he's hiding behind the chimney that's sticking up.
But is there space behind him?
Yes.
Like, that would make him look away from... I'm gonna walk around him, like, keeping eye contact.
He continues to watch you as he readies his axe. Alright, Salith, Bastion, 3, what's your plan here?
How far is the creature from us on the roof?
30 feet up, 20 feet behind you.
30 feet up, let me check that. 30 feet up, 20 feet behind. Okay. Remon's gonna ready an action that if it attacks, why am I forgetting words? Friend.
Mm-hmm.
I'll use a firebolt from the sword to attack it. So basically, like, there's no way I'll probably get there in time, but if it attacks, they're gonna do a ranged attack in response.
Okay.
So they're kind of just sitting and waiting.
Okay. Alright, Salith?
Can I see the person, creature thing,
Not at the
From where I am?
angle. Yeah, not at the angle
Okay.
you're at.
I assume he would see me staring at a chimney.
Well, you can see you can see this demonic-looking pug just kind of sitting there, staring at the back of the chimney.
Well, then he'd see me get up and start walking.
Is there another roof next to it?
Yes,
so it's
there.
not the same roof.
Most of these roofs are kind of parted together, unless there's a cross street. Mm-hmm. And there's about 4 in cluster. Yeah.
Okay, I will shift into my demon form,
Oh.
fly up to that other roof, and then shift back to the human female.
Okay. And Bastion?
I'm probably just gonna like start to approach since it's distracted.
Okay. All right. As Threma kind of watches, Bastion begins to head around the building to go find the fire escape, and Salith flies up. Salith, give me a history check to see if you recognize who this is. Well, this looks a lot like the King of the Tabaxi, but a bit older, looking. Also a little bit more well-equipped than what you'd expect for typical royalty. As you see now, he is wearing full-on plate and has a shield, as well as an axe that's identical to Bastion's.
Which version of the king? The one with the eye, or the one without? Or the one with cyborg thing?
He looks similar to the young king that is depicted in history, the one that helped Cyrus and the rest of Rejected Potential, Dibus Jr.
Okay.
The much smaller of the two.
Yeah.
Yes. But this one looks much older and is also bright orange.
Dibus?
He kind of looks up and goes, "How does a monster know my name?" Were
I have
you?
been around for a while. Well, I shifted and then shifted back, so I'm back in human form again, human female form.
Yeah, he saw you shift, so...
Yeah.
As Bastion you can hear Bastion's feet clunking up the ladder and stairs as he's coming up behind, and you see Divis looks a little more nervous now as he kind of eyes back towards that and then stares at Friend. He goes, so where are we going
I know
from here?
of you.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I know of you. I do not know you.
Alright. That doesn't help me here. Why do you have a demonic dog that speaks Abyssal? At this point, Bastion, you've come up to the top of the roof.
The moment he looks away for even a second, I'm becoming the elven child again.
He looks back and goes, so it's a changeling. Got it.
Yes.
You could call it
Something along
that.
those terms.
He looks back and sees Bastion and goes, oh, well, shit. This isn't a good situation.
Food.
I'm gonna be honest.
Why are you following us?
Well, I was originally planning to kill the Warforged. No offense, as he looks at Bastion. I had orders, but, you know, I suddenly feel like those orders aren't really worth it, to be honest, in this situation. You kind of see him gulp a little bit as he looks at each of you.
Orders from who?
You know, kind of part of the trade, you don't really give up the names, you know, it's kind of part of the whole thing.
Are you gonna hear this?
Yeah.
I know exactly who it is, right?
Bastion, you've never met Dibus before.
I thought it was Dibus that worked with us in Rejected Potential, right?
He worked with
No.
Zaya.
Legit Potential, yeah.
But not Amateur Hour.
He was
this
there
is
at
his
the
son.
wait.
Okay.
He was with
Actually-
Zaya at the beginning.
No, that's untrue. He would know who Dibus is because of the fact that you were being held by Kilxius when you were in the Ashen Bastion at the time. So yeah, you'd have a general idea of who this
Plus,
gentleman is.
when Zaya and them first went on the voyage on the boat, yeah, with Kilxius, exactly.
Yep.
Dibus was the actual Dibus. Assuming this isn't.
This
Dibus
looks
Jr.
like him. This looks like the actual Dibus. Dibus Jr. is has red fur. His father is a brighter orange fur color.
Okay.
But yeah, and that's due to
I thought
his
3 months,
classification of Fellas. But yeah, Sebastian, you would know who this generally is. This was one of the people that was venturing aside next to Kilxius, one of your previous owners, and you get a vague image of him with the red work. But
Why are you here to kill me?
you know, Someone wanted you dead. They paid me a lot of gold coins. Pretty simple. I mean, you look like the adventuring type. You understand, I imagine.
Friend begins to stalk closer.
I will kill the
pretty much.
dog. I'm gonna be honest. Or changeling,
Yeah.
or whatever you are.
Can't we
I feel
all
like
just
that would
get
be a
along?
little more work than you think it would be.
You know, changelings aren't hard to kill. He ignores Salif as he looks at Bastion.
Well, when Salus says that, she's
Oh.
gonna cast Charm Person on him.
Okay.
Oh.
What do I need to roll?
Wisdom.
Saving throw?
Yep.
Alright. 17?
Succeeds.
He looks at you and goes,
Let's see.
yeah? Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, yeah. Fails. Yeah, so he would know that it was cast on him.
He looks at you and goes, yeah, nothing really between my legs works anymore, sweetheart. Been a long time. As he looks back, as he continues to kind of watch Bastion.
It was worth a try.
He goes, I'm gonna be honest with you, big guy. I don't want to do this. You won't win.
I
I've been
didn't say I
around.
was going to fight you.
That's good to hear. I prefer when my the target initially, especially when they ambush me, decide they don't want to fight. A lot better for me in this situation. Don't feel like killing a changeling either. You know, they're rare these days, I hear.
Friend begins stretching in very unnatural ways.
That's creepy. I assume the giant knoll is also with you.
That would be
Yes.
correct.
He nods and goes, so, by
And,
chance...
you know, dogs and cats don't get along very well.
Yeah, something like a little racist, but something like that. So may I ask what you're doing here and why you're pissing people off that would want to pay exorbitant amount of gold to kill you?
What? The people, they're from here?
His three maw finally catches up with the rest of the party.
No, yeah, I assume if Three Maw finally got on the roof or got close enough. I mean, with how tall Three Maw is, they might have just reached up, grabbed the roof, and just pulled themselves up.
Well, I was informed your friend there was related to the knight known as Robot, the man of the Zarius clan, and so I was ordered here to kill him to get back at that man, mainly to hurt
Bastion.
Clan Zarius.
Are you related to that guy, or does he just look freakishly like you? Please clear this up. This has been like the third or fourth incident. People
I don't even
think-
know who he is.
Yeah, no, you've got the wrong robot again. You know, don't worry, that's been happening a lot.
Robot. He looks at Bastion and goes, "Are all gnolls this racist?"
Didn't you just say the same thing?
He looks at you for a
Yes,
second, guy.
you-
He doesn't really blush. He goes, fair point. So what are we doing here?
Well, more question for you, but you already answered, so, guess
Yeah.
it's more what you plan to do here. Isn't that right? And you see the other heads both simultaneously go, yes, it is. And they kind of all lean down, I assume, because he's probably very short.
He
and they're all
is.
just kind of
He is
staring.
only 2 feet tall.
Important,
Yeah, 10 feet smaller than me.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, important question.
Yeah, what's up?
So, clearly, friend doesn't know common, right?
Yes.
Has he ever heard his other party members say the word food and realize what they were talking about?
No.
Damn it, I wanted to say food in common.
No. He looks at you and goes, well, I mean, I could kill each of you right now. It wouldn't be very difficult. But that one, as he turns around, probably gonna respawn in Domain of Moors. I don't want to deal with a pissed off demon. Killing changelings really is a pain in the ass. They can move their hearts. It's a whole thing. A lot easier to kill tieflings. And he looks at Three Maw and goes, to be honest, you're probably more bark than bite, so I'm not really worried about you. I don't got any poisons that hurt Warforged, so you do kind of have me at a disadvantage. I don't want to have to beat you down. That would be kind of difficult.
What's the roof made of?
From what you can tell, some sort of almost concrete-like material.
Would I
Nothing
not be
flammable.
slowly burning through it?
You're not though.
Surprising.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Friend, not food. we should go.
He looks down at the of what he thinks is a changeling and goes, "Is it stupid or just, broken?"
When he looks to me, I visibly turn back to a dog, so I, for a brief moment, am a flash of green stuff.
Oh, it's diseased.
Yeah. Saleth will say in common, yes.
It's diseased. Oh, good. Yeah, y'all are welcome to go on your way. I get if you're not related to that guy, I got no reason to kill you. So, I guess have a good day and apologies for the mix-up. He just kind of shrugs.
Yes.
I think this gives you all the answers you need to know, and I turn around so that he can see the hammer on my back as I walk away.
Huh. Ashen. Interesting. Well, I did kind of help in making sure Kilxius does. Have a good day. He starts walking off. First a talking boar, and now we got robots coming back to life, and then that hammer shows up. What next?
Wait, did we run into him in the other kid?
Yeah, Dibba Senior?
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, you ran into him a lot.
Well, not Urgent Potential, obviously, but I meant Sunday.
Is the walking door is Sigmund's party?
He met Kilxius a few times and knows that hammer very well. He also had to deal with that talking boar, which was Fuka named Robert. I didn't, making it clear.
Oh, the wrong boar.
Yeah,
the
talking boar. No, it was an actual boar that was turned into a demon by Zopip.
Oh, him, that boar. I remember him now. He chased like a woman or something.
Yeah, he was an actual, proper boar. That Fuka was just an ass and named Robert. And Robert was sitting in while we were chilling when that happened. Anyways, so yeah, he leaves and heads off on his thing, or heads off down the roofs and just disappears.
I haven't eaten in days. It's a terrible adventure. This friend kind of walks away.
Fair enough. All right. So as you lot kind of get back down on the floor, where are you heading at this point? Back to the ship still?
Yeah.
Kind of, okay.
Make sure no one follows us to it this time.
Yeah, you do. As you start walking, with your passive perception, you realize pretty early on no one's really chasing you. You do start to see wanted posters posted up for a fellas with a black hoodie, or a black hood over his face, listed as Rashaz.
You're welcome to try.
The bounty on him currently is around 1 million gold pieces. Not the highest bounty in the world, but still pretty up there. You also see Zaya Silversong has a bounty up there for 500,000 gold pieces. Cyrus Galadron, and there's a picture literally just of an orb of light, and then his name written below it, and it says 10 million gold pieces.
Can friend get the attention of the others to roll them up and put them in his little bucket?
What? Oh, okay.
He likes eating strong things. Why wouldn't he collect bounty poster?
Well, he doesn't know what a bounty poster is, and he can't read common.
He sees picture, he sees big number, and he's like, yes.
But he doesn't have a concept of money. Okay.
Look,
sure.
Just taught one thing by the wizard he followed. It's that pictures of people mean they're important.
So note to self, don't let anybody carry a trinket. Alright. Yeah. As you kind of motion, do any of you lot grab any of the posters?
No.
Wow.
Alright. As you lot head out, the guards kind of acknowledge you lot as you leave, and you hear one of the guards go shout to you all and goes, "Hey, what happened to the tiefling woman?" No response.
As the dog, I shrug. I walk away.
I think she was going to meet us on the north side of the city.
Man nods.
Yes, the north or something like that.
Or whatever the opposite side of the city was that we were moving. I don't remember.
We appreciate
not-
that. He kind of nods and goes,
Yeah.
"Okay." And you hear as suddenly he you hear him call for another patrol walking by, and you see him whisper, and they start running off to the northern end of the city. As Bastion, as you activate the ship and the party boards, getting up in the air, you do see a few of the guards kind of eyeing your ship from the walls, but none of them seem to do anything, as they seem to be able to tell who or what is piloting it. Where are you lot heading?
I'd like to do something first.
Oh, okay, yeah, go ahead.
I would like to use the disguise kit
Mhm.
on the figure on the front of the ship,
Oh no, yeah,
so that the dwarves will hopefully have a harder time recognizing.
What are you disguising it as?
Shit, that's a good question.
It is indeed.
I was just gonna like change their facial features some so that it doesn't look like them. It just something along those lines. I don't know.
All right. Okay. If you've got nothing in specific, go ahead and give me a D20 plus your proficiency bonus, since you're proficient in a disguise kit, to see how well you do. Let's see if the Ashen Bastion can live up to his name. Assuming my thing will load. What the hell? Oh, there we go.
I don't know how to do the proficiency bonus.
Oh, it's just a
Just
D20
roll
plus
them.
your proficiency. Yeah, you're fine.
Oh, okay.
So it's a 10 for you, I believe?
Yeah.
Because I think your proficiency bonus is plus 2. Let me check.
All of ours
Yep.
is +2 right now, yeah.
Yep. All right. So yeah, as you start disguising it, since as you have nothing in mind, you end up designing an old tiefling with a long beard that covers everything. And now it looks like just an old man with a long beard. The ship is now called the Long-Bearded Tiefling. So congrats, you've gained a name for your ship. Alright, as you all lot get on after watching as Bastion
Better
kind
than
of...
the long dick tiefling. Am I right?
Never forget the long dick of the law. Alright, so as you lot board, where are you heading?
I think towards the capital.
Okay. Alright, so as you lot start to head north, we're going to come back to that next session because the DM has some stuff he has to prepare for that situation. And we will see you guys on that next Monday. Plus, a few of us are still sick. So, thank you all for watching. We hope you've enjoyed this little minor session of a little bit of experience in the current timeline of the world. We will be seeing you lot next time. Hopefully, we'll be able to start on time, and we'll go for the full 2 hours. But, yeah, same time, same place, next Monday. Thank you all, and we will see you on the next episode.